technique number 8 is locked wing. And for this one, again, our lock family, we're going back to the hammerlock position. So they've got you with the right hand palm up here, and they're bringing your forearm up your back, creating some of that pressure in your shoulder, and even be in your elbow, depending on how close to your back they're holding your arm. The more space you give, the more pressure's on the elbow also, as well as the shoulder, right? Trying to get you to say uncle, whatever. This is our locked position here called the hammerlock. So they got you in a hammerlock here for locked wing. The opening for this one I like a lot. Think back to our repeated devastation, but going the other direction now. I'm going to grab his hand with mine, and I'm going to step back towards him, right, like we did with passing the horizon. But I'm going to do a outward horizontal elbow strike to the chin here. So far it's like repeated devastation going the other way on the opposite side. It's another reason why I don't think repeated devastation has to be shown as a technique where you do both sides. You're going to get the balance of it in the form. And here we have it in locked wing. Obviously, we have the other side of repeated devastation. So they've got your arm here. We re-grab them. We step back. This is an outward elbow strike to the jaw. From here, I can heel palm to the chin. That's really an extra move. You hit to the jaw with the elbow and then hit the same spot again with the heel palm. But really what I want to do is wrap over his arm here. And I'm still holding it in this hammerlock position. I'm wrapping right at the elbow, coming up with an overhook this time. And I want to catch his elbow, arm locked straight here with an uppercut shot right where his elbow would be. Kind of hyperextending that straight, locking it out. The next move, they call this in wrestling terminology, is called a whizzer. When you lock that arm straight with the overhook, and then you start to spin your torso, it's going to wheel your opponent with his arm locked straight, kind of spin him around you. And there's a lot of pressure on the elbow. The faster you torque, the more damage you can do to the elbow, because the person on the other end of that elbow has to move fast enough to keep up with your torque. And the spin that's created in the center, what's on the outside of that circle, we talked about that with the club attacks, the centrifugal force is always more on the outside. So if I'm in the center of the circle and I'm jerking on someone's elbow as I go into the spin, if they're not going to injure their elbow, they have to be moving faster on the outside of that circle. So that's the issue. No matter, if I'm twisting fairly fast, they've got to be moving quite a bit faster to stay ahead of that pull. So when you're practicing this, don't spin real fast and jerk on your partner's elbow. We don't want to blow each other's elbows out here. It's our friends, right? We want to be nice to our training partner. But that's the idea of the whizzer. So you do want to feel that lock, and kind of as you turn, just go gently with your partner so you can feel it. But you can feel real easily if you torque fast, you can hyperextend that elbow or even break the arm. So from the top with locked wing, right? And here's they often call the hammerlock a wing arm type of lock there, or a chicken wing. So I'm locked in that position. So locked wing gets its name right here from this attack. And I'm going to step back, outward elbow to the chin. I'm going to wrap over the arm, and that can be a heel palm to the face on the way, and hyperextend the elbow as I come back with this whizzer type of movement. Now from here, as I turn, I'm going to turn to a full forward bow here, and turning back towards that front diagonal there, that kind of 10:30 line. I'm going to step straight back here to 6 o'clock. And then from here, I'm going to continue to spin. And I can do this all day, forever. Step back, continue to spin. Step back, continue to spin. And the person on the end of that would have to just try and keep up with me without having their arm broken. So this technique really is showing you how to use this whizzer idea. But we could do that, we could do that, we could do that. We're not going to do that for the sake of the technique, on and on and on. We're only going to do 2 steps on this. I'll step back, I'll elbow, I'll wrap the arm, I'll twist, step 1. Step 2, I'm going to drop back and do a second twist here. I'm going to bring him around to where they reached our front right diagonal, or the 130 line. Once you've pulled them to about that spot, I'm going to release, allowing my weight to shift to my left so that I can knee. Right? There's into a spin. So as they spin around, that head's available there, and you can just knee with your right. And now I'm going to come up with a right knee towards the head, and as I plant forward there towards our 130 line, I'm going to do something new here. I'm going to take both hands and just shove them. Shove them towards 130. There. So after you knee to the head, push them one direction, you exit the opposite. I'll exit back towards the 730. There. So this technique really kind of emphasizes the diagonals, right? Right from the get-go. Everything's happening on the diagonal. I step back on the diagonal and elbow and wrap. I turn towards the opposite diagonal. I step back, and as I twist, I'm turning now towards the front right diagonal. I'll knee and plant in that direction as I shove, and then I'm going to exit toward the back left diagonal, right? So all the diagonals are kind of with this locked wing. One more time, locked wing, I got you trapped. Step back, elbow, and wrap. Start that whizzer, continue that whizzer, right knee, push, full cover out, 730.